Okay, guys, so we're gonna do a multiplication problem, okay?
Okay.
So when we do multiplication, what comes to mind when we do that? What do you think? So take about 10 seconds to think to yourself, okay? I'm gonna give you about 10 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Share with a partner. So y'all are gonna share, you three, and you two are gonna share, okay? So share what you thought. It could be anything. It's multiplication.
I think of multiplication. I I think of my sister because she loves multiplication. Well, I think of multiplication. I think of my sister too because she always lets me with it. What do you think about it?
You like it? Is that what you think? Okay.
Okay.
So, Mateo, what did your group think?
So what we think is that when we hear multiplication, we're gonna do math.
Yeah, you're gonna do math. Math is multiplication, right? That's what you learn in math. That's what we're gonna do today. It's a math lesson. All right, what do y'all think?
What I think about multiplication, I think of my sister because she
Okay.
loves multiplication.
Why does she love multiplication? Did she tell you?
No, well, she says that it's like her favorite thing to do.
Okay, I like that. Multiplication can be fun. So, also, do you know what? Have y'all heard of the term repeated addition?
No.
No. Okay, so you
like,
have?
Yeah, it's
What
like
is repeated?
multiplication. Like we keep adding and adding the same number.
Over and over again. Did you hear what Mateo said? Does
Yeah.
that kind of remember back? Y'all learned it a while ago. So let me give you a small refresher. Okay, let's say we have 4 groups of 6 people. So how would I write that with, all right, using your boards, how would I write that on as repeated addition? How would you write it? So if it's addition, we need to remember to use our adding symbol. It doesn't work? No, you keep yours. Try this marker. See if that works. We're not even gonna try? Just try your best. I'm gonna give you about 30 seconds to do that, okay? All right, take about 30 seconds to see what you can do. All right, take addition. Repeated addition. All right, about 10 seconds. Think about repeated addition. You have 4 groups of 6. You get it? Hide your answer when you get it. Don't let anyone see it. It's your secret. Okay. Let me see your board. All right. See something. See something. Okay. Good. Good. Okay. How did you get your answer? So you wrote 6 months. How did you get your answer? How did you know that?
How I got my answer is because since we have 4 groups and
You did 4 groups. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. And that?
Each of the groups there were 6 people. And
So there's 6 people. Now, Mateo, I saw something slightly different, but it was still right. So how'd you do yours?
So what I think is that we found those three. So one step is different. So I swap over the number.
Okay.
So instead of 4 groups, I made 6 groups.
Okay.
And each of them have 4.
Okay, so you kind of flip the thing. So we do want to pay attention when we say group versus people. Now, you could have said, I did for each person, there was like 4 plus 4, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, right? So this is what you did. But this would be more right if we had flipped these two numbers. So when we have groups, that's the amount of numbers we're going to have. Now we have 6 people. That's how many is in each group. So I didn't write each this time because I wanted to see if you could figure that out. But usually when you have your multiplication or your word problems for multiplication, you're going to have the word each. I'm not going to tell you how many individual things or whatever is in each group. And that's going to help you know to multiply it. Does that kind of make a little bit more sense?
Yeah.
I'll try to see what y'all could do. But Mateo, that was still right because it still gets you to your problem. It would just been more right if we had to flip these two. Okay, so very good job. All right, let me get rid of that. So most of the time when I see y'all are multiplying in your class, you're using your multiplication chart, right?
Yes.
Which is great because we want you to use your resource and let that help you to solve the problem. So if we had like 6 times 4, you would take a number at 6 and 4 and find 24, right? So if we had repeated addition, that's how we would do it. Multiplication just makes repeated addition a little bit faster and more easier to do. That's why we want us to do that. Because what if we had 503 times 34? We'd have to write 503 34 times. That's going to take way too much time. Would you rather do this or write 503 34 times? Yeah, I would rather do this because that's going to take too much time. Does that kind of make sense why we use multiplication versus repeated addition?
Yes.
So it makes it a little bit easier. So that's what I'm going to do for y'all to help you figure out to find a strategy. It's going to help you find. Let me figure it out. So when you're using multiplication, it goes up to the number 12, right? But what if you had a number that was bigger than 12? Yeah.
What we usually do, we break it up and make it smaller.
That's exactly what we're going to do today. But we're also going to distribute. And do y'all know what distribute means? No? That's okay. I'm going to teach you. So we're going to break our numbers down a little bit further. So we're going to reteach it a little bit today. Because y'all have your STAR test coming up, right? So we need all the help we can get, right? All right. So what we're going to do is do the multiplication problem. 14 times 3. And the strategy I'm going to help y'all do is use a break apart and distribute. But first, I want us to create an array. Can anyone tell me what an array is?
Oh yeah.
What is it, Mateo?
An array is like a total amount of the total of the
Oh, don't touch them yet. Don't touch them yet. Go ahead and explain.
so I think it's like the total of the whole number.
Total of the whole number. So if we do find the whole number using an array, you're right.
Wait.
Can anyone add on to what Mateo says?
Well, I think an array is it's going like vertical, like it's going straight down.
Yeah, so when we have an array, we have something that you were
The
saying
rows go they go.
they go this way. We have a row this way. And you said something vertical, right? So it kind of could look something like this. Like we had our problem earlier, right?
Yeah.
It would look something kind of like that. If we were to create an array. So how many circles do you think I've created? So I have, how many groups do I have here?
4.
4. How many do I have in my group?
6.
6.
You did 24, so 6 times 4.
Yeah, so that helps us figure out our problem. All right, so you're going to create an array that's going to be 14 times 3. You're going to work with your group. So y'all are a group, you 3, and you are a group. I'm going to give you about a minute and a half. You're going to work at a voice level 1. You're going to work together, try to create an array using the 14 times 3. But you're going to use your red and yellow pen. When you create your array, make sure all the sides are red, okay? It's going to make sense why later. Okay, go ahead and do it. Make sure all your sides are going to be on the red. Work together.
Okay. So
Y'all gonna work together.
we're gonna wait, let's do it pero we don't have one more. No, but Bernardo wants to.
Yeah, you'll work together. Bernardo, you're gonna work with them, okay?
Bernardo.
So you're working together.
So first we're gonna do. Wait, let's put everything over here. So we can do it at the table. No, 14 arrays. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
So use this to kind of help you.
9, 10, 11, 12. Wait. 2, 3, 4.
So you see how it is 3? What do you think he has 3? Yeah, so 3 is one of the numbers, right? So he has 3 going. How many do you think he's gonna have?
11, 12, 13.
You did it.
That's all we can do. No, we don't have to do it.
Yes. You finished. And you just need more. Let me know if y'all need more, okay?
1, 2, look it up.
You want to create your own, Bronado? That's okay. You can create your own. Here. Here's some more. I'm probably going to need a little bit. Okay.
Four.
Create your own, or do you just want to do it? I don't understand. You just pointed at me. Do you want to take your own?
A little.
If you want to create your own, I have it back.
On your own. What do you on that one?
You want to do it on your own? Y'all all want to do it on your own?
Yeah.
Okay, okay. All right, that should be fun, but let me know if y'all need more figures, okay?
Okay.
Okay, so
Okay.
time was up, but continue to work while I talk, okay?
Okay.
So we have our problem, and I see y'all doing it, and it's perfect. Mateo's almost done with his. You're almost done with yours, Alejandro, or not Alejandro, Bernardo. Make sure, so when you do it, you see how they're kind of wavy? Make sure they kind of line up a little bit, like this one.
Oh.
So just kind of fix the alignment and you'll be perfect. All right, so as I talk, continue. All right. So we have our, to help us break it apart. Oh, here's my marker. Can anyone tell me what this graphic organizer is? It's gonna help us break our numbers apart.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. What is that called?
Organizer?
Yeah, but what is the specific graphic organizer called? It has a name to it. It's okay. Y'all probably haven't seen this since like the first grade, so it's gonna be probably forgotten.
So I know how to use it, but I don't remember names.
Okay, perfect. Well, as long as we know how to use it, that's perfect. But this is actually called a number bond. So, Mateo, you said you know how to use it. So what goes on top?
So it goes in total.
So the totals are top. Can anyone tell me what these two circles are for?
Those are the
Oh.
what?
You raised your hand, so go ahead.
They're the two bottom circles are for you to break it up like to tens and ones, and just in case if you have hundreds, tens, and ones, you do three.
Yeah, so we would do two stickers. So this is also parts, but we also can do it where we can take two numbers that can be added together to get a total. So what do you think our total might be? It's how many groups we have. So how many groups do we have on our board? Or in our array, I should say. How many groups do you think we should put in our top number? So if you have it going this way, I want you to think of how many you have in each one.
Oh.
And I want you to, so how many do you have in each one? And if you have it this way, I want you to think of how many you have in each column. What's our top number going to be?
14.
14. All right. Think of, I'm going to give you about 15 seconds to think of two numbers we can put into these two circles. So I'm going to give you about 15 seconds to do that. All right. When you think of it, write it on your board. So I want you to create this on your board. Give you about 15 seconds. Think of two numbers that can be added together to get you as 14. Be any two numbers as long as they equal 14. All right. No, it was a short time, but what did y'all get? Mateo, what did you get?
6 and 8.
Okay, we got 6 and 8. What did you get?
7 and 7.
7 and 7. And it's okay if we get the same answers. Yes.
10 and 4.
10 and 4. Good. What else? What did you get?
10 and 4.
10 and 4. So we got two of those. We got two people now.
Twice.
Bernardo.
4.
10 and 4. All right, we got 3 people. So this one's kind of popular, right?
Yeah.
So I think I'm going to use that one for my problem. And when we're doing these two problems, we're going to do 10 and 3. But we're missing something from our board that's going to tell us to multiply later. So how many is in each group? So we have 14, right? But how many is in each group?
3.
3. So we're going to put 14 threes because that's how many I have in each one, right? So now this broken up part, I want you to count 10 rows. So if I have 10 rows, let me show here. So if I have 10 rows, count 10 rows with me. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, the last 4 rows. So if I were to do payos, so if you have to stand up to kind of see what I'm doing on the payos, we're gonna draw a line to separate them. So when you count 10, I want you to draw a line to separate them. So look at your last 4 rows and draw a line between them. So using our marker. That. Now we've kind of broken down into 2 parts, right? Yes. So now you're going to take your second half, the one with the 4s, and flip them over to the yellow side. Flip them over to the yellow side on the side that has 4. So Bernardo, you're going to count 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So you're going to draw your line separating these 4. All right, so draw your line here. And then go ahead and separate these. Okay. So your groups are going this way, right? So what we're going to do is kind of like what she did with hers, okay? So instead of going this way, your line's going this way. Because these are both arrays or right. So we have 3 people having them going cross, and y'all are going vertically, which is both correct to set up our arrays, okay? That just means we change it up a little, how we set it up. Okay, now that we have our numbers, so now we have 10 red groups of 3, and we have 4 yellow groups of 3, right? So now we have 2 separate parts. So if we're setting this up, what was our 10 and 3 be? We have 10 and 3. So this is kind of like a rough draft of what y'all have on your board, okay? So before we get, now we just finished part 1 of our strategy. We just broke it apart. Good job. You clap for yourself, really good. Now we're gonna get to the distribute, okay? So what we're gonna do is use one more number bond. All right, so draw your number bond. This is gonna help us fill in our distribute method, okay? So on your whiteboard, instead of a second number bond, or erase the one you have. You can erase the one you have because we still have 10. All right, if I have 14 threes, how am I gonna write that in a number sentence? What operation am I gonna use? Think to give yourself about 10 seconds to think, and then write it at the top of this board. I'm gonna give you about 10 seconds. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So if I have 14 threes, what's gonna be in the top part of my number bond? As a number sentence. How would I write that as a number sentence? Am I using multiplication, division, adding, and subtracting? The word multiply. So we're on the distribute part, right? Distributing, we're multiplying. Okay? So now we're finally back to 14 times 3. We're back to our original problem, right? 14 times 3, what we're trying to figure out. Now, what would 10 threes be? How would I write that?
10.
10 times what?
10.
10 times 10 or 10 threes? So think about that. And look at your problem. You have 10 and 3. Oh, I'm writing upside down. So what would I do with those 2 numbers? Multiply. So we're going to multiply that as well. And we're going to do the same for 4 3. Yeah, 4 threes. This is supposed to be a 4. All right. Does that kind of make sense? How we have 14 threes. Now it's 14 times 3. We have 10 threes. 10 times 3. And we have 4 threes. 4 times 3. Okay. Now what we're going to do. Are we solved? Not yet. We need our distribute formula. Everyone go, ooh, distribute. Ooh, distribute. Okay. All right, I'm going to write our distribute formula on our board. Have y'all seen this before?
Yeah.
Kind of. I haven't wrote the whole thing yet, so let me see if y'all recognize this at all. Is some light bulbs going off, Mateo?
Yes.
Okay. I think I might have done something similar, you just don't call it distribute. So this is something that you can also call distribute, but you might call it something else, which is totally okay, because math, you can name things so many different ways. Oh, I erased our number ball. I want to do that. Okay, now we need to fill this in, because our distribute formula is a little blank, isn't it?
Yeah.
We're gonna take our numbers from our number bond and we're just gonna plug them in. So let's take what we have in our total. Is my total gonna go on the right side of our equation or on the left side? Make sure you write this on your boards, guys, okay? I forgot to tell you, but write this on your boards. I'll give you on the left side? Yes, you're right. It's gonna go on the left side because that's our total. So go ahead and fill this in. I'll give you about 2 seconds to do so. Alright, we set that up on my phone. And write that. Alright, awesome. Perfect. Done. You got it, Bernardo? Oh, got it? Oh, really? I'm all the way. See you working ahead. Very good. Very good. Alright. You are done. Alright, what's gonna go in this part? Let's think about our circles and parentheses. So each circle is 1 parentheses. So what's gonna go on this one? So each part, 10
And 2.
and 3. And what's in our second part? Our second parentheses. Think about
4, 3.
4 and 3. So we want to keep that separate, right? So we have our 2 parts that we have here and our total. See how we just used our number bond to kind of plug it in?
Yes.
Yeah, so that's what we want to do. Can anyone tell me, now we're just going to solve our distribute formula. We're going to take it from left to right, the same way we read. What's 10 times 3?
30.
30. What's 4 times 3?
12.
12. And we can't forget our little addition friend equals, so what's 30 plus 12?
42.
42. You did that really quick. Awesome. And now what's 14 times 3? We did this to help us. So what's going to be 14 times
42.
42? Do they match?
Yes.
Yeah, so y'all just solved using break apart and distribute. Give yourself a round of applause. You did good. I think y'all did amazing. Y'all did a really good job. Very proud and happy with y'all. And you helped me with my video, so thank you. All right, we're gonna end that there.